Oh snap! Forgot to pull up the Telegram. What's going on, y'all? Passing this link out, then we're gonna go ahead and get started. Give me 1 second, y'all. It's Friday, August 4th. Been a great week, actually. I thought it was gonna be a lot slower. I knew it was gonna pick up compared to last week, but I mean, last night was kind of choppy, but still a great week. We're gonna go over that in a little bit. Let me go ahead and drop this link. All right, bam. All right, what's going on, y'all? See y'all hopping in here. So I'm currently in 2 GN positions. All right, took this one, went over this with the members, took this one, jumped in this one. Then we entered this position last night. And slight drawdown, but I don't really care about the drawdown because, again, I don't look at my MT4. Only time I look at my MT4 or MT5 is when I enter, exit a trade, or move my stop loss. And when I'm about to figure out how much I'm going to withdraw. That's it. And deposit. That's it. When I'm in a trade, I'm not staring at the number because, like I always tell the members and students, when you first enter a trade, you're going to be in drawdown regardless. So looking at the chart and all that, it's just going to mess you up mentally and psych you out. But before we get deep in this, let me make sure the mic sounds good. So I'm stating it right now. I have not touched any cords. So if the mic acts up from this point going on, I'm going to look at my setup and we're going to figure out what the issue is because that sounds clear right now. And we be chilling, and then like a middle way through, things start getting staticky. But right now we sound good. So I'm going to try to leave my stuff alone and not pull and tug things while live. But back to what I was saying. So I honestly only look at my MT4, MT5 when I'm entering a trade, closing a trade, moving SL and profit, and all that good stuff. While I'm in the trade, I'm looking and staring at what made me decide to initially enter that position regardless in the first place, which is a buy or sell. And what am I looking at? The charts. Your MT4, MT5 is not going to tell you what's going on in the charts and what's going on in the market. So while you're in the trade, still monitor the chart so you understand what's going on. Now, a lot of reasons why people don't look at the charts while they're in the trade is because they enter strictly off like an indicator, or they just simply don't know what's going on. And if you don't know what's going on, I just posted something on my Instagram story. I'm gonna link it in the chat right now as well. But it's a video about how to read candlesticks, because price does a handful of the same stuff every day. So the sooner you learn how to read candlesticks, the sooner you're gonna be able to learn the behaviors of your favorite pair to trade or favorite pairs to trade. And then once you're able to do that, then trading will become not just only easier, but you'll be able to stay cool, calm, and collected, whether in profit, in drawdown, and most importantly, when you're analyzing the charts to look for setups. So let me go ahead and find that video and drop that down. What's going on, y'all? Go ahead and hit that first link in the description. Join the free signal room, free Telegram. You see on your screen how we did last week, last month. Go ahead and hit that first link and check that out for yourselves. We're going to go over how we did yesterday and this week so far also. But let me find this video really quick. All right, bam. What's going on? I see y'all hopping in here. So for today, we're going to see if things pick up going into London session. But last night, I'm not going to lie, it was pretty choppy, pretty slow. We got some, it's just been pretty choppy, pretty slow and rangy. Not too much of a shocker, though, because of the news we do have going down later today. Of course, we have none going down during London session, but in New York, right at 8:30, we got Canadian USD news. We got our favorite, one of our favorites, the non-farm employment, unemployment rate, average hourly earnings. That's for the USD pairs. Then for Canada, we got employment change, unemployment rate. And at 10 a.m., we got some more Canadian news. But we haven't traded any Canadian pairs in a minute. So we're not really too concerned about that. But for those that do trade those pairs, keep in mind with 8:30. But honestly, the USD news is going to affect not just Canadian pairs, but a lot of other pairs that we like to trade in general. So usually with days like this or FOMC or ADP, price will sometimes be rangy or just the volume will be low. But we're going to see what happens this opening of London session. But only took one position. Was looking at EJ sell, but it's just been ranging. Like a lot of these pairs have just been hugging and kissing these levels. Like even this, I was looking at a buy setup here. A lot of these pairs are just ranging right now. Still looking for a gold sell. Speaking of ranging, still holding this position. Might be still looking. I'm still looking for a second position. Didn't enter one yesterday because again, price has just been ranging. This is the support level. And it's been struggling since yesterday to break it. Well, we can't even say yesterday, since Wednesday, really, because that's when it first hit this level when it did that drop after the news on Wednesday. By the way, members, we're going live today for the news as well. I sent that announcement earlier this week, but I'm going to drop it again today just to remind y'all. But we're going to be going live during New York session for the news. But yeah, so this is since Wednesday, price has just been reattempting and just hugging this level, treating it as a support. So a price can break this level and treat it as resistance. We can look for additional sell, or for those that isn't in a sell position. And the reason why we're going for sells is, again, we've been talking about this since not just the beginning of this week, but last week when price started ranging and failing to break this resistance level. All right, we caught all these sells down just like we caught all these buys when we were nice and bullish. But let's break this down. So again, this is why it's also super important and why I stress to look on the bigger time frames when you're doing your analysis. Again, the smaller time frames are just for looking for entries and see what price is doing at that exact time. But as far as market structure, trends, and seeing like what the overall direction price is going, bigger time frames for sure. So again, look at this daily time frame. We got the strong resistance level right here that we see clearly as a resistance level. Again, y'all check out that video. Am I still holding my US30? That's a good question. Let me see if I know I closed on some of my accounts. Let me see where it went, because I have put my SL on profit. No, I got wicked out. Yeah, that thing retraced back up. I got wicked out. I can pull that up, actually. We're going to pull it up on this one, because I want to go back to breaking down gold in a second. But yeah, I can show you my US30. So I was holding it. So this was the trade that I called on Wednesday. I continued to hold this. And then those that was watching the stream yesterday, the London session stream, this is where price was at yesterday. So then when price broke down below here, I took another position right here. And then, of course, I moved my SL and my profit secure down to the stop loss of my second position. And yeah, price wicked me out. So I'm still going to be looking for some sells if price does break back below that level. But again, we are still bullish. I'm not going to say we're bearish like I was saying on Wednesday when we even took those sells. I was saying short-term sells. We're not bearish yet. Okay, we're not going to be bearish until we break a couple more daily levels. All right, we're on a daily level. That price rejected. Speaking of which, we're gonna break that. We're gonna break that down in a second. I'm getting a little too ahead of myself. All right, let me load this up. Yeah, so this is the US30 trade for guard. And what's going on, Shawn? I see you in here. So it hit this daily level here, which is a strong support, and we see price broke below it. But like I always tell the members, it's important where the candlestick goes, but it's more important where it closes. All right. This is why it's so important to understand how to read wicks. Price broke below here, but just like the day before, it rejected, it came all the way back up, and now price is pushing up. So it's also a news day. So depending on how price reacts to around 35,360, and especially this daily level, that's a strong resistance at 35,500. depending on how price reacts to those levels, if it breaks this level, we could possibly look for buys to this level. But if it breaks this level, we can see a higher high and the bullish momentum continue. Because again, if we zoom out, price was rangy and choppy here, but if we zoom out even further, we can see what's nice and bullish. And we zoom out even further, we can see what's nice and bullish, just slight retracement, bam, bam. But we've really been bullish since March this year. Had a small retracement. Then 2 months ago during June, we came back into that bullish momentum. Now, zooming back into the past couple weeks, price did this huge pump up, breaking these resistance levels here. And then now it's doing a slight retracement. So we're still nice and bullish, all right? We just saw some sell opportunities again because we understand how to read candlesticks and market structure, but we are still bullish. So depending on how news goes today, we could look for possible buys. But if it breaks and treats it as resistance, especially if it breaks, it holds underneath 35.130, and then on the extreme 35.20, if it breaks and holds below these two levels, then we could possibly consider sells. But we still have a lot of levels to break and hold before I'm like, okay, we're bearish. So yeah, it's gonna be interesting to see what the news does today. So we're gonna get off this. We're gonna be looking at it's right here. All right, cool. Yeah, so we're gonna be still looking for buys on AED pairs. We're still gonna be looking for buys on New Zealand pairs. Possible sells on the JPY pairs. And then we just went over US30. What I just broke down with US30 is kind of the same for NAS and SPX. We'll go over those in a second as well. Let me make sure we're not missing anything. All right, cool. So back to looking at gold. So we have the strong support resistance level here at around 1934, 1932. And we can clearly see that. Not even looking too far to the left. We just look at this week. We look at Wednesday here. Boom. Price did that nice drop. Got stuck here. Then we look at yesterday. Price did nothing but just took a nap. Then we look at today so far. Price is still ranging. Now, if we look over here, further to the left, which is during June, price was treating this level as a resistance. And then we go further to the left, we see May, and then even in March, price was treating this level as support. And then even there, we see it being treated as resistance. Okay, so this is why we trade off these levels, because we see time after time after time again how price reacts to these levels. What's going on, y'all? What's going on? I see y'all jumping in here. Look how I tapped that level, literally tapped it, then rejected it. Also, peep how it's rejecting this level multiple times. So pay attention to this bold and blue line, and then this bold and golden line. Look at that. Tap that level, rejected. It's even reacting to this level. But again, we're just trying to focus on these two right now. But it reacts similarly to all these levels I have marked off. Again, tap that level, rejected. You also see this golden level here. They're doing the same thing. Whoops. So since it keeps tapping it, might as well bolden it up too. All right, so we see how price tapped, rejected, then broke below, did another retest, rejected. Now went from a support level, strong support, to strong resistance. And that's when we call these sells. Look, now we see it constantly rejecting that level again, then it broke above. Now we're treating it as a support again. So now we're going to see if it's going to treat it as support and shoot back up, or it's going to treat it as resistance like it did here. And then we're going to see if we can break these lows, because we were catching sells here, remember? And then we saw price struggle multiple times to make a lower low, which led us to going for buys. But then we saw price struggle to make a higher high, which made us go for sells. All right. So that's what we're looking at for gold right now. Go on the 15. Yeah, so London session just started. So let's go ahead and go through all the pairs and see what they're looking like right now. So we already know what the game plan for gold is. Let's see what GN's up to. GN's still arranging. EJ, we're looking at possible EJ sells. Price got a little bit of work to do, though. Got a little bit of work to do. What's going on, y'all? We have not entered this trade yet. This is just a trade idea. Go ahead and hit that first link in the description. Join the free signal room, free Telegram. You see on your screen how we did last week and last month. Last week we went 7-2, catching 9,593 pips. Last month we went 55-4, catching 151,295 pips. US30 dumping down. Is it moving now? Let me check on my other screen. Yeah, I'm still waiting for it to hit my levels. So yeah, I'm still gonna be watching US30 and stuff, but I'm not jumping into a trade until my rules have been met, which means my levels that got broken and stuff. But US30 and SPX were moving way smoother than NAS. I went 0-2 on NAS yesterday. We're up for the day positive, which we can pull up right now. But NAS was not trying to cooperate like SPX US30. And honestly, I should have knew better because it did the same thing on Wednesday. Because we went for that US30 trade on Wednesday. And while we was retesting and retracing, NAS and SPX were dumping. So I mean US30 and SPX were did I just mix myself up? Actually, let me go into the advanced play signal room. I think I just confused myself. Because I know we was talking about NAS was struggling. No, okay, I didn't confuse myself. So these are all old trades, so nobody jump in this. I just went in here because I confused myself. So on Wednesday, what you see is August 2nd, which was Wednesday. We went for this US30 sell. This was the entry. This was SL, TPs. We went live during the news on Wednesday, like I was talking about earlier. Then this is the New York price watch list where I just broke down the chart analysis, the game plan for the day, and all that good stuff. So when we were in this US30 trade, SPX and NAS were dumping, and US30 was trying. But then yesterday it was the opposite. We went for a NAS sell, and like I said, the reason why I went for the NAS sell was because US30 was struggling when SPX and NAS were flowing nicely. But then yesterday it was the opposite. The one we went for again was struggling while SPX and US30 were dumping. So it was just a little bit unlucky there. But let me switch back to the free channel really quick. All right, bam. So if you hit the first link, this is the first thing you're going to see. You're going to see the link to the live, and then you're going to see the record on how we did yesterday. So yesterday we took a total of 5 trades. We took a GA buy, all TPs hit, caught 130. And honestly, I caught way more than this, but I'm trying to keep it like strictly like signal wise because if we break up GA, and those I was watching yesterday's live, you know what I'm talking about, and the members and students, you know what I mean as well. Because I had multiple positions, but I was trying to keep it simple and fair. So on what was this day? Tuesday, we took this first buy position, and then Tuesday night Tokyo session going into Wednesday, we took this buy position, and then yesterday, took this buy position. So I had 3 positions, but I just counted this one for the 130 pips. But if I counted this position and then on top of this, it would have been a lot more. But again, I was just trying to keep it simple. And also, not everybody's in the advanced play signal room. And even if I tried to explain all that stuff in the free channel, it wouldn't have, made a lot of sense to people. It would have just raised more questions. So I just tried to keep it simple. So the first position was a nice 1-6 risk reward. I actually just dropped a video on my Instagram and TikTok breaking this down. Well, not breaking it down, but breaking down the positions and all that stuff. If you guys want a trade breakdown, let me know. But speaking of trade breakdowns, I'm not dropping one today, but I did just drop the past recent 2 videos I dropped. But announcement now, members and people that are in the course channel, You already got this announcement like last week, 2 weeks ago, something like that. So while we're talking, give me 1 second because price is starting to move on some of these pairs. I got GA up twice. So looking at US30, US30 is moving now. So we're going to see if we can break and hold underneath that level. If we can break and hold underneath that level, I'm going to go add another position. Well, I wicked out, but I'm going to add another position, not an additional. But I'm going to go for another sell. But again, still got some work to do. So this is just a trade idea. We are not into this yet. This is just a trade idea. And we'll do a little bit of a bigger stop loss. We'll do it right there. I don't want to put it up to here. I don't think that's necessary. I think right here is fine. Yeah, I think that's a decent stop loss. Let me put SPX up too, because I think SPX is moving also. Yep, SPX is moving too. Yeah, so we're going to be looking at SPX and US30. NASDAQ wanted to do us dirty yesterday, so we're just going to leave that alone. It might end up dumping as well if we do go for sales and the other two dump. It could end up dumping. But we're going to be looking at US30 and SPX, but we're not in that yet. All right, so we're watching gold, we're watching GN, we're watching AD, well, kind of AD pairs, but as of now, we're watching SPX, US30, gold, GN, and JPY. And we're watching EJ. Yes, we're watching EJ, we're watching SPX, US30, then we're watching gold. That's what we're watching right now. Now, it just broke below our resistance level, so now we're going to see how this candlestick reacts breaking that level and if it can hold, and then we're going to see what the next 15 looks like. As long as this doesn't try to, dump and take out these lows to the left, we're just going to be chilling. All right, cool. Yeah, so I do like how this is looking. I was looking, like I said, I was looking for a sell last night on it, but just like most of the currency pairs, if not all the pairs, it was very rangy last night. Very rangy. So going back to it, took an EN buy. TP6 got hit, caught 47 pips. Then we, like I said, reattempted to enter NAS, sell twice. SL got hit. But again, it was crazy. NAS was struggling, but this is why I always talk about correlating pairs. They're not going to always go the same way all the time. But US30 and SPX were dumping while NAS was retracing, which was crazy. So US30, we caught 34,700 pips. So the total for the day was 34,877 pips. End of the day, 3.2. So currently we're 12.3 for the week, which is not bad at all. Click right here is going to take you to the beginning where this was the EN buy. TB3 got hit. The other TBs ended up getting hit as well. So that's why the recap, I said TB6. And then if we pull up EN, we can see that TP6 did get hit indeed. If we pull that up, we can see that this was TP6 right here. You see to the left, it says 8042. And then we go into the free Telegram, we can see that TP6 was 8040. So the next TP is 8045. We see it did a retest last night. It's still respecting that level and trying to push to the upside. So we're going to see if it's going to hit any more TPs or not. So that's how yesterday went. Now, here's some student results. Here's some screenshots of students jumping the trades with me. Students making some money. It's my boy Marcus made smooth 600 that day on just that account. Who knows what he did on his other accounts. Here's some more screenshots, all that good stuff. So we went 4-1. What day was this? The 2nd. Took a GA buy, 114 pips caught. GN buy, 33 pips. EJ buy, SL got hit. US30 sell. Same US30 sell we just went over, but this was what it was on Tuesday, the pips caught 24,300 pips, and then we took an EJ buy round 2. TB2 got hit, caught 16 pips, caught a total of 24,463 pips. 4-1 for the day, 9-1 for the week at that time. Obviously, we're 12-3 right now. And like always, every day, I'm going to show screenshots of positions I'm in and what's going down in the advanced play signal room. Here was that US30 sell, that entry right there, where price was at the time of that screenshot. Here's that GA buy, just like we was just breaking down like 10 minutes ago, how I had multiple positions. You can see I had 2 positions here. Yesterday, I added that 3rd position, but this was 2 days ago, so obviously that 3rd position wasn't there yet. But you see the entry here, the entry there, and then you just see price skyrocketing way above and past those entries. And then here's that EJ buy, here's that GN buy. And then here's some more screenshots. My boy Shawn on phase 2. Got some screenshots of folks making bread in the signal room. So you can check all that stuff out. So this is how we did this week so far. Now, last week we went 7-2, just like you see on your screen. But before we do that, let me pull gold back up. All right, cool. Yeah, cool. US30, cool. So we're going to, whoops. We'll put Euro JPY back on. Then I'm going to move that over so we can keep an eye on that. Those just joined the stream, we have not entered this yet. Which one? Remember which one? Dude, you jump in here like every other day saying random stuff, so I'm just going to bang because I don't know who you are. All right, back to what I was talking about. So I'm still watching SPX and US30 as well, but we're going to keep EJ on the screen for right now. On this one, I got SPX on my other screen, and then we got US30 right here. But as you can see, it tapped that level. It's rejecting it. So then we're going to wait for the next 15 to see if we can break and hold below our resistance. Well, it's not resistance yet, our daily level. SPX is doing the same exact thing. EJ, on the other hand, has broken below it, but you can see it's kind of struggling to stay underneath it. So we're going to see what this next 15 looks like. We got about a minute to the next candlestick. And then gold is still just ranging, creating a huge level of traffic. So it's going to be interesting to see how gold plays out today. Because, again, we do got some news going into New York session. We got Canadian and USD news. We got an unemployment change, unemployment rate for Canada, and then for USD pairs, we got average hourly earnings, non-farm employment change, and unemployment rate. Yeah, so we're going to just keep it on EJ for right here. Already got the trade ideas written up. So we're just waiting for our confirmation to be met. Once our confirmations are met, we're going to enter. I'm doing good, Faha. How you doing, man? Okay, so back to what I was talking about before. So members and people in the course channel, you already know about this. I dropped this announcement like a week ago, but there's going to be a lot more content dropping on this channel. Okay, so obviously I got the advanced play signal room, the one-on-one sessions, and the course. But for those that either can't at the time afford the signal room, or y'all just don't want the signal room, you just want some of the perks that comes with the advanced play signal room, like the exclusive content, chart analysis, and the streams. There's going to be options on the YouTube members for that. All right, so I'm gonna post the details in the Telegram this weekend, but let me pull it up on the other thing so I can read off my notes, so I'm not just talking. Give me 1 second. All right, so okay, so before we do that, looking at EJ, all right, is retesting this level. So we're gonna wait to see how it reacts off this retest. We're also looking at US30. US30 is doing the same thing. Look how it literally tapped this level and it's shooting back up. All right, not a coincidence. This is why we patiently wait and trade off these levels. So we got retest going down on a lot of these pairs right now. Gold's attempting still to try to break this level. So that's what we got going down right now. I'm going to thin this back out. Yeah, so we're still waiting, y'all. We haven't entered yet. We're still waiting for confirmations. It can still end up dropping like we've seen before. But as of now, we're not entering yet. We're just waiting for our confirmations to be met. All right, back to what I was looking for. Give me 1 second. I got to find the. Actually, I think I know where it's at. Those just joined the stream. We have not entered this yet. This is just a trade idea. Go ahead and hit that first link in the description. Join the free signal room, free Telegram. You see on your screen how we did last week and last month. Go ahead and hit that first link and check it out for yourself. Yeah, but right now prices are just ranging on a lot of these pairs. Not too much of a surprise though, because of the news we do have going down later on today. Let me go ahead and pull this shit up really quick. All right, so like you see on the bottom of y'all screen, now it's probably going to drop. I'm probably going to drop this towards the end of the month because I am still testing a few things out because YouTube just did approve me of this, so I don't want to open this and push this out to the public and be trying to wing it. So I'm doing a few tests, trying a few things out, but I did get approved for this stuff, so it is going to be dropping this month. Yeah, so EJ is rejecting. So again, just imagine if we would have entered right here, we'd be an unnecessary drawdown and potentially at risk for price rejecting and pushing to the upside. Now let's look at these other pairs really quick. Yeah, US30 doing the same thing. GN still doing that. Gold's doing that. Gold's doing that. All right, let's see what GA's up to. Yes, we got a lot of pairs still ranging. All right, cool. We got about a minute until the new 5-minute starts. But yeah, we're just chilling right now. Yeah, so we want to see how price reacts here. Again, looking at EJ. Very rangy, but it's failed multiple times to make a new high. So that's why we're leaning on sell, especially after what happened on Tuesday and Wednesday when price shot up, hit this level, failed again to try to go for another high, shot down, rejected this level here, and now it's chilling at this 4-hour level, which is a support resistance level that we can see here by these wicks. So price can maintain and hold underneath this level. We're just going to look for a sell down to this daily level here around 155.30, 155.25. That's going to be the game plan for today. That's if it stays at this level. Now, if it breaks back above this daily level, then we'll have to reanalyze and reevaluate and go from there. But as we can clearly see, price has struggled to break past this green line here. And last time price broke above here, it failed to break this level here, the strong resistance. Then price retraced, came back up, and it looked right here, hit the same level here, failed to break past this level of traffic, then rejected. That was a harsh rejection right there. Compared to the retracement here, nice little staircase. This was a harsh rejection. So that's why we're kind of leaning for sells right now. But again, confirmations haven't been met, so we're not just going to jump into it. Because that's when the quote unquote gambling comes into play. But we're waiting for our confirmations to be met, and then we'll go from there. Yeah, so we're just chilling right now. And I'm still looking at SPX and US30. They're still trying, but I'm waiting for them to break below their levels. So we're not going to pull the gun on that yet. All right, speaking of levels, there's going to be 3 different packages and levels for this. All right, so the first level is for people that just want kind of just the content, like the short version content that comes with the Advanced Play Sim Room. Now, members, this is still going to be different and additional from the content in the Advanced Play Sim Room. because again, the content advanced play sitting room is, you know, the live streams. As of now, they're like New York live streams, and then, you know, the Sunday chart analysis, and then the daily New York price watch list. Y'all still gonna get the daily New York price watch list, but the stuff in this first package is going to be exclusive videos. All right, because I've been getting a lot of questions about trades were in, trades were taken. So with these videos, it's going to highlight not just the wins we take during the week, but it's going to highlight a couple of losses as well. And then we're going to break down exactly why price did what it did, why we went for what we went for, and things like that. So it's going to be a lot more in depth and detail. In the New York price watch list, we break down what's going down and what's going on at that time, but we don't review the trade at the end of the day or after the trade is finished, whether it hit stop loss, hit all the TPs. You get what I'm saying? So that's what that first package is going to be going down and having in there. And then we have a few other things as well. Like I said, I'm going to drop the details for all that later on in the channel. Don't really want to go through all of that on this live stream because that'll like take like 10, 15 minutes. So I'm just going to type that up and make that short, sweet, and simple later on in the channel. But be on the lookout for that. There's also going to be exclusive live streams. Like I said, I'm going to be doing a lot more live streams. So there's going to be extended London session streams. And then there's going to be, I still have to figure out what days, but I am going to have extended London session live streams. And then there are also going to be access to the lives during, when we go live during the New York live streams. And then also I don't know, it depends because I do be doing a lot of sessions. So it depends what the schedule looks like. But I do want to do some Tokyo streams, but I'll be doing a lot of one-on-one sessions during Tokyo sessions. So it depends what my schedule looks like next month. Because I do want to do some Tokyo session streams. I haven't done that in a while, but I'd be busy during Tokyo sessions. So we'll see. But yeah, more information to come later on this month with all that stuff. Those are just doing the stream. Basically, we're waiting for confirmations. We went over the game plan for London session in the day. We're looking at potential EJ sells. We're looking at potential indices sells. We're looking at New Zealand and GA buys. We're looking at possible gold sell, but we're just waiting on confirmations right now. I'm in this GM position right now. In profit off this position, the second position slightly in drawdown, but holding still to SRTP gets hit. You see on your screen how we did last week and last month. As far as this week, we're currently 12-3 right now. We're currently 12-3 right now. But yeah, I would not be too shocked or surprised if price just ranges until the news pops off or pre-market. But we're still gonna be on here waiting to see what happens. We got a new 5-minute about to pop up in about like 30 seconds, and then we're gonna go from there. What's going on, y'all? I see y'all hopping in here. Yeah, we're just patiently waiting right now. All right, so it's still rejecting this level. So yeah, it's kind of just stuck right here. So again, this is actually a perfect example of what I was talking about all the time, especially in advanced play signal. I talk about during these lives as well. So this is a perfect example of that third pattern or market structure I always talk about. All right, I'm going to daily because we're just going to be scrolling for a little bit. So we're going to go back on the smaller time frame in a second. But like I always talk about, there's only 3 patterns you're going to see on the charts. Only 3 patterns. You're either going to see an uptrend, downtrend, or when prices range during consolidation. All right, so this is the uptrend, which consists of obviously higher highs and higher lows. This is the downtrend, which consists of lower lows and lower highs. And then the third formation is what we call consolidation, ranging, or the sideways market. All right, consolidation, ranging, or the sideways market. So obviously, if we're in an uptrend, we want to look for buys. If we're in a downtrend, we want to look for sells. Now, when we're ranging and in consolidation, we want to wait for price to do one of two things: either break out to the downside, and then we're going to look for sells, or for price to break out to the upside and then look for buys. And that's exactly what's going down right now on EJ, just on the smaller time frame. Obviously, not so much on the daily, kind of, but not too much on the daily. But that's what's going down right now on EJ. We can clearly see price ranging on this level here. Then we see the same thing with gold. Literally, gold has been doing this since yesterday, halfway in New York during Tuesday. Clear ranging. And then we kind of see US30 and stuff doing it as well. But we see a lot of pairs doing that right now. Yeah, but we got a new 15 about to pop up in 2 minutes. And we're going to see what happens. SPX looks like it's attempting to try to push back down. We're not going to pull the trigger on that yet. We're not going to look at this anyways because it's kind of rejected that level. So we're going to put US30 back on here. Yeah, but you see, this is exactly why we trade off these levels and mark off these levels. You have price literally tapped here and rejected. And those that was here since the beginning, you literally saw price not only tap and reject that level, but push down to this level. And then you saw this candlestick appear and reject to the upside. Yeah, so we're going to see what this next 15 looks like. All right, so we're going to move this over to the right. And those that hit that first link, we're going to go back into going over basically how we're doing so far. So we're in the second month of this quarter. How we did last month, let's go ahead and scroll it up. So we're going to scroll all the way to the 31st, which you see right here. I'm going to scroll down a little bit. All right, cool. So you see this is this week. Now we're going to go to how we did last week. Give me 1 second. I think I just passed it. Yeah, I did. So let's do this. Give me 1 second, y'all. It's way easier to scroll and swipe on the phone than the computer. I do a lot of scrolling. But I'm still looking at the chart right here. Did I pass it again? I think I'm just passing it. Oh well. So last week, I keep scrolling past it. I'm not scrolling too fast. Last week, you see on your screen went 7 and 2. That was what we did the last week of the month of July. The third week of July, we went 12 and 0. There was 100% win rate that week. Caught 39,736 pips. That Monday, we caught 2,025 pips. Also, new 15 started. We see price rejecting up again. That's why you wait for the confirmations. Let's see what EJ is doing really quick. EJ still ranging. GN still ranging. Gold still ranging. Yeah, so we're just patiently waiting, y'all. Then Wednesday, we got 230 pips. Thursday, we caught 31,380 pips. And then Friday, we got 4,538 pips. So out of that 39,000 pips, 33,253 of those pips were strictly with the members in the advanced play signal room. And of course, whenever you click any of those, it's going to take you to the beginning of that week or the day. And you see that week we started off with a bang with the SPX play in the day 2-0 that day. Now, as far as the second week of July, we went 13 and 2, giving us an 87% win rate, catching 57,867 pips. That Monday, we caught 10,492 pips. Tuesday, 316 pips. Wednesday, 2,416 pips. Thursday 16,300 pips, and then Friday 28,343 pips. Every day, at the end of every day, at the end of every week and month, we do the recap, going over how many pips caught each day, trades taken, all that good stuff, TPs hit, all that good stuff. And you click right here, you'll see exactly that. All wins and losses are posted. Every trade and signal I post, they're literally trades that I enter. That's why I don't say buy or sell. I literally say bought or sold, because I'm literally telling you this is what I did. And then, of course, before any trade is called in the free channel, I always post this disclaimer. So make sure to read this disclaimer if you haven't before. All right, it's going to go over how the TPs work, how trading works in general, and how the strategy kind of works. Now, the first week of July, let me see if I don't pass it. Okay, so the first week of July, we went 6-1, 86% win rate, caught 5,257 pips. 4,197 of those pips was strictly caught with the members in the advanced play signal room. So that's how last month went. Like I said, I'm gonna tally up all that stuff. I actually have it all tally up. I just haven't posted it yet. And as far as June, this is how June went. June, we went 55-4 with a 93% win rate. Caught a total of 151,295 pips. 136,267 of those pips were strictly with the members in the advanced play signal room. Basically, on average, you only lost one trade a week, which isn't bad at all. And then you'll see this if you scroll up to July 2nd. So again, looking at EJ, imagine we would have entered because price broke down here. That's why I always wait for a candlestick to close to see what the next candlestick does. Because remember, this is what the price was looking like when we first was looking at EJ. Then this was the last 15, and now this is the current new 15. Yes, price can potentially drop back down, but there's also a higher chance of price rejecting this level. So that's why it's just always important to wait for your confirmations and don't rush. Because what's the rush of entering the trade? There's no rush to enter a trade. We've been on stream for about 40 minutes now, and price has done nothing. It's literally stayed in the same place for most of these pairs that we're looking at. Even US30 did this dump. Now look, 30 minutes later, 20 minutes later, it's right back where it began. So that's why I have no issue just chilling and patiently waiting, because again, there's no rush. It doesn't matter if we enter now, that's not going to make price do whatever it's going to do any quicker. You know what I mean? We don't control the markets. Make sure to follow me, y'all, on Instagram and TikTok. Y'all see it on the bottom of y'all screen. Instagram is playmaker_way. TikTok is playmaker way. I post daily on both pages. I just posted a couple of videos last night on both pages. Make sure to check those out. Hit that follow button. And then if you're on my Instagram story, you're going to see screenshots of positions taken yesterday and screenshots of what's going down in the advanced play signal room as well. As far as TikTok, I got other type of content on there. Some stuff I can't post on TikTok, so I post on Instagram, and vice versa. Some stuff I can't post on Instagram, so I post on TikTok. So make sure to check out both of those pages. Yeah, we're going to be on for a little bit longer, though. See if anything starts to happen. But again, I'm not going to be too shocked or surprised if price just ranges for this session, because that's pretty much what happened during Tokyo session last night as well. So I wouldn't be surprised that happens during this session until New York pops off. Let me see. Yeah, SPX doing the same thing. All right, so let's look at these other pairs, because this is what we was looking at, but they're just rejecting those levels, so we can't really do too much with those. GJ is kind of in the same boat as EJ. Still is slightly bullish, but has failed to make a new high. It reattempted to try to make one earlier this week. They rejected that level. So it still is kind of bullish, but we could see some rejections or reversal possibly happen. but we still have some strong support levels to break. Now, a strong one on GJ is at 180, and then another one is at 178.50. Now, there are minor ones in between those two, but those are like the main ones on a daily. Like there's another minor one at like 179.30. But as far as the main ones, and of course, before we can even break all those, we have to break and hold below 180.90, 180.85, which you can see right here. Price kind of retested this level here. Nice little rejection wick so far for the day. But yeah, as you can see, the candlestick wise, not too much action so far. So would not be too shocked if it does this for the majority of this session. Because again, this was last night. So this was Thursday, and then of course this was when midnight hit, and then yeah, so this was literally all took good session. So I did that rejection, and then it kind of just chilled here all day yesterday, and it's doing it all day today as well. So we got a couple minutes to the next 5 minute pops up. We're gonna see what happens there. If y'all got questions, feel free to drop them in the chat. Want me to look at some charts, drop them in the chat. But if not, we're just gonna keep looking at these pairs right here when we're chilling. We'll wait to see what this next 15 looks like. Yeah, because none of these are hitting my levels yet. The G is kind of stuck right here. We're waiting to see if we can break back above here. If we can, I got my buy idea ready here. This is where it was at yesterday. Failed to break this high. Tried multiple times yesterday and rejected to the downside. And now it's just kind of ranging right here. We're going to be looking for buys though. I can see a huge rejection would come off this today. So looking at this, obviously on GA, we've been nice and bullish for a very long time. We can kind of say the bullish momentum started last year in September, or we can kind of say it really got confirmed and set in stone around February this year. But nonetheless, you can see it's just been gradually pushing up. Had a few little slight downtrends, but overall it's been gradually pushing up. Then earlier this week and last week, what was this? Tuesday, no, this week, finally broke this high to the left. So now it's retesting this level. That's all that's going on. So we can hold this level, we can look for buys. So we can kind of look for a possible buy at this level, to be honest. This small level right here, we could look for a possible buy. But if you want to be super safe, we can wait till around 9,400 to look for a buy right there. But we are bullish as of now. And then if we go right here, we can see price doing exactly that, kind of chilling off this level. We see a price wick that level, retested that same level, and now it's on the same level. So we're going to see if we can break back above here. And if it can, I expect and anticipate a higher high getting made today. So that's what we're looking for on GA. EJ still. Yeah, so it's not going any further. It's still showing. Well, I can't even say that because it broke back above, but it's definitely not breaking past here so far. At least so far this stream. So we're going to see if we can break back below here. I kind of like what I see right now, but again, still waiting for confirmations, not jumping the gun too soon, not jumping the gun too early, and no rush at all to jump in these setups. Whoops. Untapped the wrong thing. Here we go. Looking at SPX. I was in SPX positions yesterday as well, but I didn't call the signal out. That's why I didn't count it in the recap. But I was in this position right here. So I took 2 positions, got wicked out, of course, obviously. So the first position was at a nice 1 to 6 risk reward. So very similar to the GA setups. So I was up 6 times my risk here. I missed the entry here. I was looking for a retest. It did do a retest here, so I could have entered here. But I'm going to be honest, I wasn't looking. So I missed that second entry here. So I took a second entry, which could have been my third entry here. And this was a nice 1-to-1 risk reward setup. So I caught a nice move here. And then those I was on the London session stream on whatever day was this Wednesday. You could have caught this nice move here. It literally repeated itself, did this move, retraced, and I think this was after the news. Then price dumped down. So this was a nice little drop here. US30 did a very similar move as well, but we see them attempting to and trying at least to try to break back below. But again, we're just patiently waiting for price not to try to do it, but to do it. The same thing here, US30, this was the initial entry here. Same thing, I could have took a second entry here, but I honestly didn't because, again, on the bigger time frame, we are still overall bullish. Depending on what happens today would determine if we continue the bullish momentum to take out the highs to the left on the bigger time frames, or if we see the reversal start and commence. So that's why I was kind of hesitant to add a second position here. But once price dumped and broke below this level after that retest, I did add another entry here. But I'm not in any positions right now, of course, to retrace back up. Now, I could have continued to hold this position, but I didn't. I just secured profits. Called it a day. So we're going to wait to see a price, as you can see, is tempting, but we're going to see a price can break back below here. If it can, we'll go for a sell. If it rejects, then we're going to wait for it to hit the next price level and then determine what to do from there. We see GA trying to push back up. We see EJ trying to push back down. So, yeah, we got about a minute and a half to the next 15. So we're going to see what happens. Those just joining the stream, we have not entered this yet. This is just a trade idea. Go ahead and hit that first link in the description. Join a free signal room, free Telegram. You see on your screen how we did last week and last month. Go ahead and hit that first link and check it out for yourself. That shit right there. Yeah, so we're going to see what this next 15 looks like. We're still watching SPX. We're still watching US30. Still looking at gold as well as GA. Haven't entered anything yet, though. My bad, John. I'm writing some trade ideas up right now. New 15 just started. We're about to see what happens. It's still hugging our 4-hour level right here. It's literally just been dancing on this level here. Just literally all price has been doing is just dancing on this level here. Literally. Let me cancel this. Yeah, so it's still just ranging. So it could try to push back, but they ain't doing it right now. And then looking at GA, still doing the same stuff. So yeah, price is just ranging right now. Nothing to do about that. I'm still gonna be on the charts, but we're about to hop off of here. Let me catch up to these chats, make sure I'm not missing anything. Still gonna be watching gold, but yeah, it's just ain't doing nothing right now. But price is very notorious for me to, as soon as hop off stream, things to start popping off. But for right now, we are just watching paint dry. Nothing really amusing to happen. Crypto thorough is 151. No, so you move it. So how it works, you kind of like just move the decimal over twice. That's kind of how it works. So, and because if I was just to trade indices and gold, I'll calculate everything in points. But since I trade currency pairs as well as indices, I calculate and transfer everything into pips. Because if you try to count currency pairs the same way you count gold and the indices point wise, it'll throw a lot of stuff off. And then also when it comes to calculating lot size, calculating and the gold and the indices pip wise makes it way easier to calculate and do the math when you're trying to make sure you're not over leveraging. So I have a video actually how I break it down. I break it down because I know I haven't really gotten that question in a while, but I know when I first started it, a lot of people had questions about it. But I got this video. Let me find it. Count pips. It's like, how long is this video? It's literally 4 minutes long. It's just a 4 minute long video. But I break down exactly how I calculate everything. I go over currency pairs, gold, indices, and I also go over how to do it on prop firm accounts because those that trade prop firm accounts, you know, the indices is a little bit different from live personal accounts. Yeah, so that's for you crypto thorough. Check that. I mean, that's for anyone, especially if you don't know how to count pips or calculate pips. That's the video to watch. I break it down, I screen record, the NT4 and all that stuff, and do the math and break it down on that video. So make sure to check that out. But yeah, price is just going to be ranging, it looks like, until pre-New York. So we're going to go ahead and hop off here. If y'all guys got any questions, y'all can contact and DM me directly on Instagram at playmaker_way. I respond to all messages. You can also message me on Telegram. So you hit that first link, join the free Telegram. Then you click right here where it says Playbook Free Plays. You click right here. Then all this info is right here. My YouTube questions, you can hit me up on Instagram, or you can DM me. This is my Telegram right there. Members, like I said, I'm going to post a reminder in a couple hours and then drop that link right before the news. But we're going to be going live to see what happens during these news events. We'll look at the Canadian pairs too. Trading wise, I don't know. I haven't done any markups on them in a minute. So I might do some markups and see what happens. And then we'll do the New York price watch list chart analysis. And then we'll see what happens because luckily and fortunately, this is happening right at the beginning of New York. So we'll still have, after the new 4 hour at 9 o'clock, so 30 minutes after, we'll still have literally the whole day to try to look for some setups. And after this, it's very not likely for price to still continue to range after the news. So yeah, so that's what we're kind of waiting on right now. And then as far as next week, we got Australian holiday on Sunday. Got Canadian holiday on Monday. Not really any news on Monday. Tuesday, not really any news at all on Tuesday. Wednesday, nothing. Then regular Thursday and Friday. So yeah, next week's gonna be interesting. So yeah, I want today to kind of solidify on a lot of the pairs, especially on the bigger time frames, whether we're gonna continue the bullish momentum or we're gonna see some reversals. because especially how next week's looking, like there's not really any high impact news until Thursday. So unless it's just crazy volume spikes on these days, it's just going to be really banking on what happens today and how the market ends today. All right, you too, Faha. I appreciate that. Yeah, but the game plan is still the same. We're just waiting on confirmations. Gold's still hugging that level. EJ is just playing around ranging. GJ's rejecting that level, about to retrace and retest that level below it. GA is just stuck underneath this level. And then let's pull up US30 really quick. And yeah, US30 rejected that level, so sales is out the question for right now. So yeah, that's pretty much it, y'all. Gonna be back at the same time next week. Like I said, I do got a video dropping later today. It's not gonna be a trade breakdown. If you want trade breakdowns, check out the other two videos, because those last two videos were trade breakdowns. The first one was a 1 to 6. I think both of them were 1 to 6 risk reward trade breakdowns. So definitely check them out. The last recent one was a GN buy, and then the one before that, I do not remember. Don't remember what the one before that was. But go ahead and click those and check them out. And yeah, we're going to be back at it next week, y'all. Y'all enjoy your weekend. Don't waste it. Take advantage. Review your trades this week. Review your trades from last month. Update your trading plan. Do not waste y'all's weekend, because you literally just got one day, day and a half, and the markets are back open.